I'm sorry. No, cut! Hello, everyone. Welcome to Amy's video blog. My name is Miriam Osorio, the CEO of Miriam Osorios Incorporated. Amy asked me to be with you guys for just a quick second to introduce the second part of her interview with Miss Annabelle, an amazing lady that I had the pleasure to meet several months ago. Since then, she's been a very, truly blessing to my life, somebody who has my admiration. And if you want to know a little bit more about myself, I will be seeing you through Amy's video blog. Have a great time and enjoy.
So inspiring to see two people that connect so well together. So what is there to look upon in a relationship, and how do you know that you're in the right path of being that? Because I feel that being in a relationship with someone can either make you or break you. So how to find the one person that makes you and not breaks you?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it?
I think you have a very good answer for us.
Well, honestly, before I got married, that's all I ever thought about.
Mm-hmm.
I was boy crazy. I was like, I just want my husband. I think I was in love with being in love.
Yes.
Not necessarily in love with any particular person. I just love the idea of love, And so I was hopeless romantic. And foolishly, I went into my relationships thinking, oh, this is going to be perfect. It's going to be just like all of the romance movies. And every time that I faced real problems in life, I was disillusioned. And I was like, oh, this must not be the one then, because we have problems. And my relationship is going to be perfect, right? Mm-hmm. So one of the things that I learned before I ever was ready for marriage was we have to find our acceptance, worth, and identity in Christ first. Period. We cannot look to another person to fill us. No person can ever fill us. So if someone, and I did this in my past, I'm speaking from experience, but I look to men to fill this sort of hole in my heart that no one could fill. It's a God-sized hole. No one could fill that hole but God. Okay? So the moment that we're looking to people to fill a God-sized hole, it's doomed to failure. But the moment that we realize I find my acceptance, my worth, and my identity in Christ, now I'm a whole person and I'm ready to see how this whole person can connect with another whole person and form that relationship. So that was number one for me. Once I really delved into that journey to find my acceptance, worth, and identity in Christ, then I actually started, I was fasting, I was praying, I was seeking God's face. I got to a point where I said, okay, Lord, if it's your desire for me to never be with anyone in my entire life, if it's just me and you, I trust you. I'm down. I'm your ride or die chick. So God, if you want it to be me and you for the rest of our life, let's do it. But I want what you want for me more than I want what I want for myself.
Wow.
And when I said, God, I want what you got for me. I'm tired of telling you what I want because that didn't work out so well. I want what you want. That's when he brought my husband into my life. Now, since we've been together, is it always perfect? No. I'm married. I mean, marriage is not meant to make you happy. Marriage is meant to fulfill a purpose. And part of what marriage has done for me is help me look in the mirror and find ways that I need to grow as a person. And I think because my husband and I are complete opposites. Complete opposites. Like, I'm an extreme extrovert. He's an introvert. You would never know that, though, but he is.
No, you won't.
You would never know that, but he is. He's a thinker. I'm a feeler. He's very intuitive, so he's abstract, big picture thinker, and I'm little details, and I'm very concrete thinker. So we're complete opposites. And when we first got married, for the first 3 years, we were bumping heads because we didn't know how to learn. We didn't know how to communicate. So he was talking to me in his language, his INTJ, if you've ever studied personalities, Myers-Briggs. His INTJ, or personality, was speaking to my ESFJ personality, and we just weren't clicking. I mean, it wasn't making sense. So we had to learn how to speak each other's language. I had to learn how to speak INTJ, and he had to learn how to speak ESFJ. And the moment that we started to learn how to speak in each other's language, that's when we were able to start kind of finding a rhythm and finding where I added value to him in my strengths, and he added value to me in his strengths. But until we were able to, I wouldn't even say compromise, it was really a submission to God. It's a submission to, okay, God, I trust you. You gave me this person for a reason. Sometimes I really don't understand why, but I trust you. Then I was able to say, I'm going to put myself to the side. I'm going to die to self, and I'm going to learn, what does this person need? How can I add value to this other person? And I think a lot of what the people that are close to us see is they see that struggle. I mean, we're open with our struggle. We talk about the areas that we need to grow, but what they see is that they see us both dying to self and trying to figure out, okay, Lord, how can I be more like you in this relationship, and how can I build this other person up with my words and with my actions?
Wow. So that
was
is
a
so
lot.
much. No, that's okay. That's okay. I think that it's so good, and I am so glad that everyone's catching this, because if you guys can see it, like, there is a fire and a transpiration and a love and an honesty when you say this thing. So it truly allows you to see that, you know, you're not just saying these things because you memorize them, and this is really coming up from your heart. And it's one thing to see the picture, but it's another thing to know the story behind the picture. And this allows me to so much. Thank you so much.
So everyone get ready, because this is awesome.